Hi, everyone. So, I want to just come on and talk to you about this. We're going to call them a collective consciousness, higher vibrational being that I've been in contact with. I have been channeling this being, and I just kind of want to talk a little bit about how this came about. So, I was in the shower and I could feel that there was this very high vibrational energy that wasn't the angels, it wasn't my guide, it wasn't someone that I was used to speaking to, but the energy did feel familiar. It felt familiar to me, but it felt more intense than normal. And I could tell that this being was wanting to contact me. And so when I was in the shower, I just decided to tune into this energy and I asked specifically for them to tell me one word that I could use to identify them and understand who this being was. And the word that came through was Zion. And of course, me being the skeptical that I am, I was like, Zion, that doesn't make any sense to me. That sounds like like a Christian being, a Christian belief. I was like, I don't know of this. It's probably just something that I made up. And so I went about my day thinking, that this was just something that I made up, that this wasn't truly the message or the word that I was meant to get. But I did, when I heard this word, I just went ahead and entertained it. And I said, look, if this is truly happening, if this is truly the name that you want to go by, or this is the place that you come from, or whatever that word means, you're going to have to give me more proof. You're going to have to show me that this is real. So I went about my day. And that same day, I heard the name Zion randomly come up to me in conversation on 3 separate occasions. So the first time that it came up was I went to the local shop that I work at, Sky Apothecary. I went there and one of our regular customers came in and she started talking about she was going down the road and she was going down this she passed by this church, and it was Mount Zion Church. And if you're familiar with the South, you know that that's the name of several churches out here. And so I just was like, okay, I hear you. I see the sign. I understand. And then the same thing happened a few hours later. I was talking to someone else, someone completely different. And she had told me previously about a dream that she had had. And in this dream, there was a church in it. And so I asked her where the church was, if she knew the name of the road that the church was on. Actually, I didn't even ask that question. Someone else at the shop, our Reiki practitioner, asked that question. And she said that the road was like Zion Road or something like that. And I was like, okay, I hear you. And then the word came up again later on, further down the road in the same day. So I heard it 3 separate times in that same day. And I was like, okay, that is not a coincidence. You've proven to me that that was truly the word that you wanted me to hear. But now, what am I supposed to do with that? What does that word mean? And so I did some channeling sessions. I did some sessions by myself. I did some sessions where I had my husband ask me the questions, because I feel like I can get a bit deeper when I channel if I have someone to kind of guide the questions, and I don't have to kind of go back and forth between asking the questions myself and then falling back into the channel. And so eventually I plan to share clips and pieces of those conversations with you all. And I also want to start sharing these messages from Zion. What I'll tell you that I know as of right now is Zion defines itself as a collective consciousness. And what they mean by that is they're like a hive mind. They're collected of more than one soul, and they are of a sixth density that is a higher vibration than what we are here on Earth. So Earth was third density until about 2012, when it started to make the transition to fourth density. That's where Earth's vibration is. If you think about the densities and forms of vibration, you can kind of think of where third density, where Earth has been for the last several thousands of years. Whereas now Earth is a fourth density planet, and you can see this shift. You can see this collective shift of more people wanting more love, they're wanting more peace, they're healing themselves so that they can increase their own vibration, they can go up in frequency, and people being born on planet Earth now are being born into fourth density. Eventually, everyone on planet Earth will be fourth density. Anyone who is not on board with living this new higher vibrational state of consciousness, they will no longer incarnate here, at least not in our reality. They may still incarnate to Earth in a alternate reality or in a parallel universe, but in our current reality, eventually we're all going to shift into fourth density if you haven't done so already. And to put this into perspective for you, you could really think of maybe even yourself as fourth density. Maybe you've done your own healing and you can see the people that are in your spiritual community, the people that you contact with, the spiritual teachers and leaders that you really look up to, that you really follow. You can see how they truly embody this higher vibrational state, this expanded consciousness. And this is what fourth and fifth density looks like. So Zion is a collective consciousness, so multiple souls residing in a hive mind consciousness of sixth density. And from what I understand from our channeling sessions so far, is they don't really have a body. They don't need a body at this frequency. They're pure energy. And I also asked if they could give some examples of what a sixth density being would be like. Maybe an example of what that may look like to us from other beings that we've been in contact with, or other beings that maybe have been channeled. And the example that they gave me was Abraham Hicks. They said Abraham Hicks is a sixth density consciousness. So this is a direct link to them that I have tapped into. And the messages that they want to bring forth are all healing and loving in nature. They really want to help humanity to continue on this path of really embodying fourth density so that we can continue to grow, we can continue to expand, because we're ready. Earth is ready for it. We're ready for it. We've been putting in the work. We've been wanting to make changes in our current reality, and that's what they're here to do. They want to empower us. They want to help us heal. They want to share universal truths with us. They want to share anything that will help us along our own spiritual and growth. So I am going to start sharing these channel messages. I'm going to start sharing them in the Chasing Spirituality community. I will also do live channeling sessions where you can ask questions directly to Zion yourself, especially questions that will really impact us as a whole, that will really impact us as a collective, because that's what they want. And when I started getting more into channeling their energy, they also told me that I've been working with them. So if you resonate with anything that I have put out there, they have definitely let me know that they have been pushing me, they have been supporting me, and they've been behind the scenes the whole time. But now, because I've done my own personal work and I have done my own healing that has allowed me to raise my own vibration, they're ready for me to not just receive downloads and then share those downloads from Megan's perspective. They're ready for me to channel those downloads. So I've been receiving downloads from Zion for a while now. So many of my episodes, they've been inspired by those downloads. If you've listened to, let me think of an episode that I know was channeled. the episode about the path of the souls and what happens to us as a soul when we die. And I don't remember exactly what episode that is or what the number is, but that was channeled. And I knew that it was channeled. I just didn't know exactly where it came from. And so Zion has stepped in to let me know that they are a direct link to source. They're a direct link to this higher vibrational consciousness that I can tap into to answer universal questions like that, to answer questions that we have about how the universe works, about how spirit guides work, about how vibration and manifestation work. And they're really excited. They're really excited to begin this journey of allowing me to channel this energy to help all of us.